Yes, sir.
Do you see any confusion going on here? What is the confusion?
So in our computer is one of the software in my computer was that only does that in my computer.
So the language they speak, is not the language spoken by one person is not understandable by the other person, and so there is a confusion. So this can become a source of error. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is why a clear, simple statement, that should not give any room for ambiguity. And such a definition ought to be created. It's called operational definition, and that was taught to all of you. And data type was also taught to you. Data type can be of two types. One is qualitative, another one is quantitative. What you can capture in the form of numbers are called quantitative. What you cannot capture in the form of numbers are called qualitative. For example, the brand name of the shirt you are wearing, that is a qualitative data. Your hair color is a qualitative data. Your marital status is a qualitative data, because you can't use numbers here. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And quantitative data, anything that you can express in the form of number. For example, the number of people in the meeting. How many are there? Right now, 1 or 3 I can see. I can use a number, so it is quantitative. The duration of the training program, 7 hours. That is quantitative. So those are called data. Your quantitative data can be continuous, can be discrete. Continuous means measurable. Discrete means countable. Time can be measured, duration of the training. My height is measurable. My weight is measurable. My sugar level measurable. Right? My product dimension measurable. Anything that is measurable is continuous. Anything that is countable is discrete. The number of televisions I have in my house, that is discrete. The number of children in my house, that is discrete. The number of tires my car has got, that is discrete. Do you all understand the difference between discrete and continuous?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I have a activity. All of you should participate. Tell me, width of a sheet, is it continuous data or discrete data?
Continuous.
Number of liners thinned, is it continuous or discrete?
Discrete.
Number of tubes rejected, is it continuous?
Discrete, sir.
Diameter of a piston, is it continuous?
Continuous.
Height of a man, is it continuous?
Continuous.
Sheet thickness, is it continuous or discrete?
Continuous.
Continuous.
Out of 100 sheets, the number that meets the thickness,
Discrete.
time taken to process a purchase order,
Continuous.
number of bugs in the software program.
Discrete.
Discrete, sir.
Yeah, now you understood the difference between continuous and discrete data. And now bias is the difference between true value and measured value. When there are multiple readings, take the average, calculate the difference between the average and the true value. That is called bias. If the bias is more, your readings are inaccurate. For your readings to be accurate, bias should be 0. If you want to make your bias 0, properly calibrate your equipment. Properly calibrating your equipment will minimize the bias to 0. And calibrating your equipment in frequent intervals will get you stability. Choosing the proper equipment for a range of the reading will minimize the linearity error. So these three are components of accuracy error, and that can be handled purely by making the right choice of the equipment, by properly maintaining the equipment, and by properly calibrating the equipment, and by training the data collector on the data collection procedure. Do you understand how to take care of the accuracy part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there are 3 more components: resolution, repeatability, and reproducibility. Repeatability and reproducibility are called precision error. And the resolution in your language, it is nothing but the least count. Hope all of you know what is least count, right? The minimum reading the equipment is capable of. That is called resolution. Now what I want is, I want all of you to open the stopwatch in your smartphone. All of you know you have a stopwatch in your smartphone, and tell me the resolution of the stopwatch you have in your smartphone. I am going to do a small activity with all of you. Come on, please tell me the resolution. Resolution means the minimum reading it can give you.
Seconds.
Minimum reading is seconds. All of you agree? Is it the minimum reading is just 1 second? Or can your stopwatch give reading lower than 1 second also? Is it possible or not? Please discuss here.
It is possible, sir, but
If you are
mine has
making the
only
session,
seconds.
Lower than 7.
please don't, you are trying to make the session boring even for the trainers. Right.
Only
Okay.
seconds.
I am getting bored whenever I prefer, no. Other side, there is one more training program is going on. I have been enjoying every single minute. All right. Now, we are talking about the resolution. And so Magajan was saying the minimum reading is seconds. And I think the others have understood. You can even, measure readings lower than seconds. Am I correct? And tell me what is the lowest reading. I want all of you to participate now. All of you now, please open your stopwatch and preferably better come on video. We are going to do a live activity now. We are going to do a live activity. I will play a clip from my side. You all have to measure the duration of the clip and then you must give me the reading. At least some 3 or 4 of you come on video and tell me the resolution of it. Resolution of the stopwatch. What is the lowest reading that can come from your stopwatch? Okay, you are not boarding like anything. So 0.01 second. Let me tell it. 0.01 second. That is the lowest reading. So
Sir, they have said millisecond.
And then answer is wrong. Millisecond is wrong. Millisecond means 1/1000. Your smartphone can give you only 1/100th of a second. That means the lowest reading your smartphone can give is 1 centisecond, or you test 0.01 second. Is that understood by all of you?
Yes, sir.
And doing a project in an industry, lot of challenges. You have to complete the project on time. Resources have to be provided on time, and then you have to work as a team. And then you are responsible for the result. At the same time, you have other challenges. Your college will be having reviews, and you have to submit according to the university procedure. Lots and lots of challenges. So completing the project on time is not an easy job. I know. You can consider doing a project as an activity similar to driving a car in a highway. You need to reach the destination within 3 hours. The road will be turning here and there. The road will be turning here and there, and then there will be a lot of disturbances. It is very important that if you really wanted to handle all the challenges, you see the road properly and then drive the car. Am I correct? Is there anybody here who thinks?
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody here who think you can reach the destination, or you can drive the car without seeing the road? If you drive the car without seeing the road, you can't reach the destination. Same way, when you are doing a project means you are solving a problem. It is very important you solve the problem you see the problem while trying to solve it. But how do you see the problem? You see the problem using data only. If your data comes with error, how can you solve a problem without seeing it? So it is very, very important you control the measurement error. Why do I say control measurement error? Because you can't avoid it. You can't eliminate it. We are going to see a live case study right now. I want some of you to participate, collect data using your stopwatch which you have, and then I wanted to record it and show you that there are certain error, particularly, right? The repeatability and reproducibility error. So repeatability is a type of precision error. Reproducibility is also a type of precision error. Can one of you read out the statement for repeatability?
Repeatability is the consistency of a single appraiser to measure the same part multiple times with the same measurement system. It is related to standard deviation of the measured values.
Thank you very much. So if you are consistent enough, consistent means every time you measure the same product, you give me the same reading. If the readings are same, let's say your readings are 100, 100, 100, 100 every time. Average will also be 100. Standard deviation will be 0. If standard deviation is 0, you are highly consistent, your readings are repeatable. If standard deviation is gaining value, what happens? The repeatability error starts accumulating. So the amount of repeatability error can be understood by calculating the standard deviation of your measured readings. This is called repeatability error. The error committed by a single appraiser or the error within an appraiser is called repeatability error, and the error between the appraiser is called reproducibility error. So this is repeatability. See here, imagine there are 100 readings given by Mahajan. I calculate the average of readings given by Mahajan. That average is here. Now half of the readings of Mahajan will be on the right side, half of the readings will be on the left side. This is the property of normal distribution. Now with all the readings given by Mahajan, I can also calculate standard deviation. That standard deviation is seen here. That is called sigma repeatability. Now the error committed by Mahajan, the repeatability error, is actually a function of this sigma. When sigma is more, repeatability error will be more. When sigma is less, repeatability error will be less. How many of you understand this statement? When sigma is more, it simply means repeatability is more. Repeatability error is more. When sigma is less, his readings are more consistent. If all the readings are closer to the average, your sigma will be less. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, when I involve multiple appraisers, let's say in my project there are 5 people are there, first one, second one, third, fourth, and so on. All 5 people are collecting the same data, but giving me different readings. For example, this is the reading of Vivek. This is the reading of our Alfred, and this is the reading given by Surya, and this is reading given by Rohit, and this is reading given by Sanjay, and this is reading given by Hari. So many people are involved in data collection. They are giving me different picture of the problem. Now each one will have an average. Am I right? Vivek will have average, Surya will have average, Sanjay will have average, everybody will have average. If there are 10 people, I will have 10 average. If the average are different from each other, the error is called what? Reproducibility error. Am I correct? The error is called reproducibility error. So you need to understand the repeatability error and the reproducibility error, and then the total error should be less than 10%. So we'll do a small activity now. I want some volunteers, at least 4 or 5 people, to come on video and then collect some readings. Measure some readings. The instruction operational definition I will tell you. The operational definition is I will play some songs from my side. What will I do? I will play some songs from my side, and you have to measure the duration of the song and then give me the reading. Is that clear? Instruction, operational definition. What will I do?
Yes, sir.
I will play a song. The moment you hear the song, you switch on the stopwatch. Song will automatically stop. Then you switch off the stopwatch. Then give me the reading. And who are all going to participate? Some 4 or 5 people, please come on video. I will take your reading. வாங்கப்பா தயவு செஞ்சு. Good. Really happy seeing so many faces. Okay, these people are going to help us collect the reading. So I'm sharing the screen. See, once you get the grip of the subject, and thereafter it is easy to learn. That is why we have been continuously giving a lot of advice. Fine. Now there are 3 songs I have handpicked for you. I'll be playing the songs one by one. And what you need to do is, the moment I play the song, you start hearing it, you must switch on your stopwatch. And song will automatically stop. At the same time, you can stop your stopwatch and then give me the reading. This is the operational definition. So here we go for it. 3, 2, 1, and here we go.